That's part two. I'm about halfway up. So what I'm going to do is take these vines off and let it all come out. And here's what it looks like after I took my vine off the top that held it together. And of course I'm going to keep my vine for future projects, or for this one to pull stuff together if I need to, or to fill in. Got my vine laying right here. Pull the leaves off of it. Easier to work with. But now what I'm going to do is cut. I'm going to cut all these off at the same height. And that way I'll be able to put my vines on a lot faster. And I'll show you why. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. Cutting these off the top here. Now I can just run this whole thing around, slide it right down on top instead of having to weave it through each piece. Now I can use a 20-foot section, and it's not that big of a deal. Then just push it down and then continue. Some of these I might go to the outside on 2 of them. I might come in the inside on 1 of them. I might go to the inside of 2 of them. Just depends how the sticks are falling and where I want to push them out to make it look decent and where it works right. Okay, so now I'm fairly close to the top, and I can cut this off wherever I want to. Depends what kind of fish I want to get. And I want to make a loop so these pieces will fit on top here. So I got me a big piece, a little bit smaller than my thumb maybe. And I'm going to tie this with some cordage of some kind, with whatever I got, and tie this also. And I made it plenty long where I can adjust it, make it small, make it bigger, whatever I need for right here. So I'm going to work on that for a minute. I'm using vines that I found out on the ground. I'm going to try to secure this ring to each of these, or almost every one. I'm missing about 3 of them. They're not cooperating, so it really doesn't matter. I'm just trying to get this done so I can. You don't want to tie them tight. See, they'll break every time. I pulled the leaves off these vines so it's easier to work with. But I'm going to keep doing this. One method I want to show you real quick. I don't know if you can see this or not. With vines, you really can't tie a knot, it'll break. So when I come around with this piece, I just lay it over and then come across with this piece, and that piece holds it down. Then I continue. Okay, you can see on the side of this where I have big gaps that didn't quite close together I'm going to take pieces of vine, maybe 2 foot long, whatever works, whatever you need. And I'm going to fill those in just by bending these and filling in the gaps. Sometimes they break, sometimes they're not pliable enough. Whatever you need to do to keep the fish from getting out. That's what it's all about. Cutting all this for filler in between my gaps. These small saplings work good, along with good vines. Alright, so here's the basket. I started filling in and weaving between the large open areas, and I still got a couple places I need to fill in, but I'm getting tired of messing with it, so I'm going to go to the top. I want to go to the top piece and show you how to do that real quick. But it's looking pretty good. By the way, as an addition on this video, we got Rob over here. He's working on a different type of fish trap. One that might actually catch fish. What kind of fish trap is that, Rob?
I don't know the name of it, but instead of doing like you're doing with not using twine or rope, you can pretty much fashion yours right out of the woods.
Right.
I'm acting like, you know, I'm walking out, I got supplies, I'm lost, and it's kind of like going to be like a cigar shape.
Just another way to build a fish trap.
There's a dozen ways to do things, and each one works a little different.
You're right. So we're doing a couple different types here.
In the end, they're all the same function. They're to catch you some food.
If they catch fish, they work, and you did a great job. So I'll be back in just a minute and start on my top piece. All right, so here's the fish trap again. And I cheated, and I couldn't find any vines. They're going to work well enough for this, so I had some paracord with me. Wrap that around there so it'll make a nice circle that fits right on top of there. And now I want to make an inverted cone that'll fit down in here. It'll go from large down inside about a foot to about maybe a 5-inch, 4-inch opening. All right. While I was out getting lost, I had some paracord with me. That's my excuse for using paracord. But of course, paracord has how many strands in it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strands in the paracord, plus the outer shield. So I'm going to pull that out of there. And I'm going to use these to tie my other cone with. All right, so here's the top cone. Once again, when I got lost, I had some string with me, so I'm using it. I'm going to go around it with some small vines or some small saplings. Get it closed in. I can do that, or I can keep going all the way around like that. Let me finish it up. So one other thing I want to do here is cut all these pieces sticking out. Cut that one off, cut that one off, cut that one off.
Kind of give it a finished look.
Cut that one off. Filled in the bottom pretty good. Probably hold a 3 or 4 pounders, I'm guessing. But we'll check it out. All right, fish basket. And here's the top of the fish basket. I used some magnolia leaves. I try not to laugh too hard when I put this together. I had some cordage with me, some 550, so I took it apart and used it. I had this bottom ring, and then a middle ring, and then the end ring I put together with vines. And then did some vinage around it, going around the outside. And then saw the magnolia leaves over there and said, hey, that might work pretty good. So I adapted that to the cone. So this fits in here. Small side first. And I already had it fit pretty good where it'll be snug. So it pops right in there. And I could put some vines on it or some rope on it to hold it in there if I wanted to. But I think that's going to hold in there by itself. Worked out pretty good. So fish go in here. And they go to they don't find the hole for whatever reason it is. They don't find the hole of the cone and don't swim back out. They just stay to the sides and swim around. So we'll go fishing with this sometime as soon as I get a chance and show you that. That'll be part 3, I guess. Eagle Jon, appreciate y'all watching.